Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is part 12th video in mastering Hyper-V on Windows Server. And in this video I'm going to show you how to perform unplanned failover in Hyper-V. So in last video we have performed planned failover where our all the three Hyper-V servers was down, and we manually migrated, or you can say moved our virtual machines from one host to another host, while making sure our Hyper-V host is available. Uh, so everything was planned. In this demo, what we are going to do, we are going to bring our Hyper-V host server down, and we will assume our Hyper-V server is no more available to host the workload, and we will test how we can perform recovery, or you can say failover on the other Hyper-V host for the virtual machine VM01, which is in my environment, to test. So if this happens in your production environment, how you can make sure your workload is always available in case of a hardware failure or any other issue which can cause Hyper-V host going down. So I'm going to use the same environment. So the main term which we need to focus is on unplanned, which means our Hyper-V host server can go down anytime, and how we can recover our workload. So I'm going to use the same lab environment which we have used in last video, where we performed the planned failover. So I got my two domain controller, three Hyper-V hosts, standalone host, and one VM which is running on a Hyper-V host 1 with the replication to Hyper-V 2 and extended replication on Hyper-V 3, which we have configured. So this machine is basically getting replicated to same data center Hyper-V host 2, and then extended replication is happening to data center 2 with Hyper-V 3. So these are the primary data center host, Hyper-V host 1 and Hyper-V host 2, and this is we are considering as a DR site. So let's go. So I got my two domain controllers here, and then I got my first Hyper-V host, and in this Hyper-V manager I added my all three Hyper-V hosts to just make sure we don't need to go here and there for taking the management access of the host. So if I show you from here, if I go to replication and view replication health, so you can say my primary server is Hyper-V host 1 and Replica server is Hyper-V 2, and this is how our environment replication looks like. So 18 out of 18 is 100% is succeeded for replication cycles, so everything looks good. I'll go ahead and close, and if I go to from here, you will see we are getting planned failover and all those things. And if I go to Hyper-V 2, you will see here failover we are getting because this is our secondary server. So view health, so you will see here primary server is again 1 and secondary is 2, so we are replicating from 1 to 2. And then if I go here, you will see we got extended replication also configured, that's why we are getting pause extended replication. So if I go to Hyper-V host 3, you will see here this is my extended replication host, and this machine is getting replicated here from Hyper-V 2 to Hyper-V 3. So this is how replication is configured in my environment. Now what I'm going to assume, I'm going to assume my Hyper-V host, let's say 1 is down. By mistake I clicked here, so I will assume my Hyper-V host is down, so I will kill the Hyper-V host 1, and then I'll try to fail over my virtual machine VM01 on Hyper-V 2. So let's do that. So wait for a few seconds. Now this replicating changes, so I'll go ahead and now we'll consider, we'll just power of this host. So now in our scenario we got Hyper-V host 1 down, so this is unplanned. Let's say you got a power issue on a Hyper-V host, or or any fatal error, blue dump error, anything which caused the Hyper-V host to going down. So now while you troubleshoot, you cannot afford VM01 to go down, or any workload which is on running here went down. So I'll go ahead here on my Hyper-V host 2. I'll try to fail over the virtual machine. So go to Hyper-V manager, and then if I go here, you will see these options. So I'll go ahead and click on failover. So failover, it's going to ask recovery point. If you have created configured multiple recovery point, you will see all of those. So I have configured one single recovery point only, so I'll go ahead and click on failover. So now this VM01 is going to be powered on this Hyper-V node 2. So it's taking few seconds, I guess, just to make sure Hyper-V host 1 is not accessible. Now you can see it has started the virtual machine VM01. And we got our login screen. Now let's create one folder or one file called, let's put it failover VM due to HV01 down. So what we want to verify, we want this file to be replicated on Hyper-V 1. So just want to make sure after the failover we got right data our data back on the Hyper-V host 1. So this is good. I'll go ahead, and what I'll go do, I will power on this host. Let's say Hyper-V host is back online, and while this VM is running. So let's wait for some time, and now you will see here we got options to reverse replication, remove recovery point, cancel failover, resume extended replication, and view health, and all those things. So basically I need to do a reverse replication. So if I go in my Hyper-V manager, so you will see here VM is running. So this is something wrong. You need to make sure whenever Hyper-V comes up, you need to make sure the VMs are not running, because it can cause a production issue or production outage. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first power off this machine. So when you bring this Hyper-V host online, you need to make sure there is no network connectivity or to the Hyper-V host, otherwise it will bring all the virtual machine up in the production network, and it will cause the IP conflict and other complication which can cause issue to production workloads. So now we are good. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just do a reverse replication. So replica host, and it's going to replicate to replica host 1, and just click on finish. So now you will see sending initial replication. So it is sending here, and this machine is now receiving updates, receiving basically changes. So once this is done, we should be able to see our file which was created post failover. So just give us some time. Once this is done, we will cancel failover basically, and we will make sure everything is running good. So So almost 40% completed. So now one thing, if you want to see here, since this machine is getting replicated, you will see the these files may gets updated, so you need to wait for some time. If I go here, my initial VM was here. If you see here, hard disk was at this location, so we need to see post receiving update what are the changes is going to impact here. So you will see here under the replica, you will see one folder is going to come basically. So almost there, 93%. So now seems replication is completed, first replication. So now if you go and see the view health, you will see primary replica is 2 and secondary replica is 0, 1. So our machine is now getting replicated successfully, so this is good. Now if I go and check the folder structure, or you can see the settings, you will see from where our virtual machine is running. So our virtual machine is running from the same folder which was before. So if I go here now, you will see here one file on this folder, but there is no file. And if you go here, in fact in Hyper-V virtual machine, you will not see anything. So basically it replicated the parent virtual machine, existing virtual machine which was created before there. So this is good. So now what we should do, I'll go ahead and failback machine here. So if I go here and see the replication health on 2, so this is good. Replica server is 0, 1. So now I'm going to perform a failover, planned failover basically in this scenario, because we perform unplanned failover where we migrated our VM from 0, 1 to 0, 2, and now our Hyper-V host 1 is back, so we can do a planned failover to move machine back to original host. So this is, and again I'm going to revert the replication in after this failover done. So we will go to our original state. So failover. So now it's asking the machine is not turned off, so I'll go ahead and shut down the machine first. So almost there. Now we are good. We can go and perform the planned failover. So and reverse the replication also. So this is good. Virtual machine on Hyper-V host 0 has been started successfully. So this is good. Now our virtual machine is started from here, you can see, and we will verify our text file also once the machine is able to log in. So what I'm going to do now, I will see here the current replica, primary replica is 0, 1 and replica server is 0, 2. So this is good. Now we are back to original state. The only one thing which we want to verify our data. So I'll go ahead and test my data also. So my data is here. So failover due to, so this is good. Now we have validated our enter side, basically within a side failover, and unplanned failover is working fine, and we after the unplanned failover we did one planned failover to make sure our virtual machine is back to our original host. So this is good. Now what I'm going to do, if I go here on Hyper-V host 2 and see the replication health, so this is also good. Now if I go here and check my third location health, so this is also good. So what I'm going to do now, I am assuming both my Hyper-V host 1 and 2 is down, and we need to bring our machine back to our DR side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just power up both the host. So turn off, so I'm going to perform turn off here, and turn off Hyper-V host 2 both, and then we have a DR machine running which is Hyper-V 3, and now we are going to recover our workload virtual machine layer on Hyper-V host 3. So let's do that also. So this is our machine. So if I go and see the replication health, so replication health is normal. It means we can do a failover. So I'm going to perform failover. It's asking about the latest recovery point, which was created I think 13 minutes back, so I'm fine with that. So we are going to get old data. So this is one point which you need to make sure whenever you you are setting up a replication, or you did a recent failover or failback, you need to make sure the latest recovery point is replicated across all the three all your Hyper-V hosts basically. So since this is my 13-minute old recovery point, most probably I'm not going to get my text file which we have created post our failover, because that file is not replicated. So we will verify that soon. So now you will see the failover is done, and now the machine is powered on. So just wait for a few seconds. So now I'll go ahead and log into this machine. So as I said, my recovery point is 13 minutes old, so that's why I did not get that text file. So this is one thing you need to make sure whenever you are playing with unplanned or planned failovers. So this is all about performing unplanned failover in Hyper-V servers for your virtual machines. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post to me on my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.